Hello, welcome back to BLENDERSUSHI Live Noding. In this episode, we're gonna take another quick look at vector noise in SquareChalk. Um, Basically, we want to see how these guys can influence multiple lines like this. So, yeah, this is a pretty basic one. You probably already know all about this. But basically, we start with a plane and with the option separate on, and then the UV connections, it's both plane and UV connection work together to generate this line. If I use a viewer draw, we can see the result real quick. It's just a bunch of lines like so, bunch of lines with a lot of points. Of course, the points is depending on this number of vertices in X and Y. We can have the lines in the vertical direction or horizontal directions, and once we have those lines, we just pipe it in into the vector noise, and then adding the original points and then the one that's been passed into the vector noise. And we can use any kind of functions we want, Voronoi, Perlin, all the standard functions. And we can control the strength of the functions and the distance of the points here. And we can also offset it so it can be a little bit animated. And for the final result, here you can have the XYZ or just the X and Y. So it's a little bit flat. Now it's actually flat, but it looks like 3D, but it's actually flat. And then you can kind of offset it if you want. So this is doing the offset. You can offset it in any directions, X or Y. Depends what you like. And then you get this result. And then, of course, if you want, you can have it in XYZ, like I said. Now this is more 3D. Okay, so you can play around with the value. XYZ give you more like a squiggly lines. Sometimes you want it flat, so flat give you that. Sometimes I'm curious with the functions that not really a function, but more like a turbulence. We don't have turbulence here, but turbulence is kind of more like layered functions. Sometimes I like this cell noise. It gives you this weird ups and down. That might be what you like, and you get this interesting pattern. So that's obviously controlling the amplitude. There's also this guy. That's, what is this doing? Maybe it's the stepping, kind of like scaling up, scaling down the texture space. This one, of course, offsetting the value in X or Y, whatever you like. Offsetting in the X give you like this swimming, and you can still play with this. This value give you that. Maybe change the stepping in Y. So you have that. I don't know, there's it's interesting kind of pattern. Definitely fun to play with. And you can always randomize the seed here. I already set it up, so animation nodes kind of driving the color, and the seed is also keeps changing per frame. So that can be what you can play with. So a lot of attributes, still kind of basics actually. This Voronoi F1 actually kind of giving a nice squiggle. Let me say, smooth the value a little bit. I like this squiggle, but not too much, just a little bit. Would be nice if they can be smoothed. Yeah, that kind of pattern. File, save as. Maybe I'll just do it in Z as well, just for the sake of it. That's a really nice design. And we can, of course, we can use our friend, the skin mesher. I'm gonna combine this guy together, mesh join, so we only have a single object as a result of this and that guy. The output goes into skin mesher. Plug that in. I keep kind of testing this skin mesher and then try to come up with interesting design. Now we have this squiggly line, but like I said, skin mesher is really quite powerful. It's really fast. It's the way skin modifier kind of work in the background. I really like these nodes. It's really powerful. I'm turning on smooth shading. That might add to the calculations, but you will get a smooth result there. Now I'm gonna turn it off. Remember that we can randomize the radius here for each of the lines. So we have 41 lines. Let's say if I'm just like random number generator. I believe this will affect every single point, so be careful with that. Not every single lines. So I'm just testing it out. If we give it 41 and then random value between 0.2 and okay, let's plug that in. Just wondering if this is gonna work right away. Okay, we have that slightly thicker than I want. Kind of wanna investigate this guy, so instead of having everyone having the same value, I want to know. So we have 40. Maybe I'll reduce this into 20. So maybe we have only 20 lines somewhere. Okay, here we can see 20 lines, 20. We have 20 times how many? It's probably 20 times this 230. So if I reduce that to 100, so we have like 2000 points. I have a feeling that we need like 2000 vertices here for this. Let's say if I just use this value, so this random value can go into that guy. Sometimes having everything too random will not give you a nice result. It's actually simplifying them sometimes give you a much better result. We'll see. So this apparently doesn't give any interesting result. I'm just gonna cut this. So we have this guy. I'm gonna flatten it in one direction. So now it's a bit flat. How many vertices we actually have here? Let's check it out using the text viewer. text viewer. We'll get list length. Plug that in. Stethoscope. Oh, 2000. Okay, we need to give it 2000 points, and then minimum, maximum value. It should be smaller value. Plug that into this guy. Okay, now seems to be working, but it's pretty random, but better than nothing. With some variations, we should get a nicer looking design here. Plug that in, so we have a bit like a sausage ribbon. Yeah, I don't mind this result. It's a bit simplistic, but however, it's a nice looking squiggle. File, save as. And what's cool is that you can always go back and change all this parameter. Turn this into 50. So we have 5,000 points, and then we need to change this 5,000. So 5,000 points, and skin modifier still pretty interactive. Only takes few seconds to recalculate everything. Let's have a look. Yeah, so this is a noise on bunch of lines. It's funny because we deal with this line all the times, and we're just changing a few nodes, and then we get a different result. I'm pretty sure there are like endless ideas we can apply to this, and I might be only touching the few trivial one, but still it's pretty interesting, and you can always change the value, play around with it. You might get something interesting that you never thought of. Just now I'm flipping the U and the V. Now it's recalculating everything, and okay, now we have this. So I didn't plan this totally, but that's very interesting result. Yeah, okay, that's pretty much it for this live noding. Any comment, suggestion, just let me know down below, and thanks again for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next video.